Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Dragnet Live from otrgold.com. I'm your host, Austin Bach. We are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. listening to every episode of Dragnet until we've listened to all 310 episodes currently available. Today, we're going to be listening to episode 36. The title is The Big Girl. Um, During each live stream, you'll see listener comments on the side. If you want to participate in the comments, you need to be watching from the OTR Gold YouTube channel. So if you're watching on Twitch, on Facebook, or on the Old Time Radio Archive, look in the description and you'll find a link to this channel. Um, Apologies for the bags under my eyes. Seeing them, they're showing up, they're like crazy on camera. Um, haven't haven't fully got ready for the day, but I have to hit this 9 o'clock time, so we're here anyway. It's great to be with you all. As you do, you'll notice people are telling us where they're from today. I appreciate that. I'm broadcasting from Seattle. If you're new here, please tell us where you're tuning in from. We have friends from all over, up north in the great north, Canada. We also have friends tuning in from the UK and across the United States. So thank you for being here. I see in some of the 24/7 streams we have listeners from, other parts of the world as well. I can see in YouTube analytics we have a lot of people tuning in from Australia as well. Haven't found anybody on the live streams yet, but or on these streams, but I see them on the 24/7 streams. So if you're one of those people that's just kind of lurking in the background listening, please tell us where you're from. Okay. So a couple quick announcements before we get started. I see Keltoid is here. He has told me which green radio he prefers, and it's the mint green one. So we're no longer have a mint green radio up for grabs, but these other ones are still here. I'll turn on all three of them. One sec. We got so when we hit 4,000 subscribers, we have a cream radio, a forest green radio. I can't hold all three, they're kind of slippery, and a pink radio. So if you would like to a chance to win one of those and you haven't already subscribed, please do. Once we hit 4,000, I will I'll give you a a keyword or something to put in a comment of a video, and then we'll do a random drawing for that. We've given away 3 so far. 1 cream, 1 mint, and 2 mint green ones. So they're fun little things to have on your desk. Um, let's see here. 7B in Arizona. I'm just looking at these comments here. I think this is your first time on the stream. Welcome. We got, let me see, I'm highlighting some of these others. Lee, welcome back from Toronto. Life with Roscoe says Friday. We're listening to Joe Friday on a Friday. There should be something special we do there. Nell, welcome. Thomas, good to have you back. Let's see. I think I've called out everyone. Great. So we will get into today's episode. Again, I think from here on out, the majority of these episodes now follow the big something format. I was thinking about t-shirts this morning for like merch, what we could put on a t-shirt. Like my thought was like the big OTR or like the big blank and let it just be like an underline, like fill in the blank thing. But if you have a creative idea for a old time radio themed shirt that plays on this, the big something Dragnet format, let me know. Please share it. And only share the stuff that you don't mind me like using, So if you have some idea and you want to do it yourself, well, by all means go do it. But if I see it in a comment, I'll be like, I'll take it as a suggestion, an offering that I can use. So just the facts from OTR Gold. Yeah. Great. All right. So the comment section is always fun during the chat. If it's relevant, I'll highlight it up on screen. Otherwise, we'll just keep it on the side here. And I'll hang tight, and I'm going to share my screen, and we'll get started. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to Dragnet from OTRGold.com. This episode will begin after a brief message from our sponsors.
The story you are about to hear is true. Only the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Fatima Cigarettes, best of all long cigarettes, brings you Dragnet.
You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to robbery detail. 16 persons have been robbed and beaten senseless. The victims describe the assailant as a tall, beautiful woman. Your job, stop her.
If you want a long cigarette, smoke the best of all long cigarettes. Smoke Fatima. Fatima is the long cigarette which contains the finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos superbly blended to make Fatima extra mild. And that's why Fatima has a much different, much better flavor and aroma than any other long cigarette. That's why Fatima has more than doubled its smokers coast to coast. So, if you want a long cigarette, smoke the best of all long cigarettes. Smoke Fatima. Ladies and gentlemen, next week marks the beginning of National Crime Prevention Week, sponsored by your local police department. These 7 days are set aside to call your attention to the fact that your police officer, to better ensure the safety of your community, relies on the cooperation of the individual citizen. We feel that crime prevention should be observed not 7, but 365 days a year.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force in action.
It was Wednesday, October 3rd. It was warm in Los Angeles. We were working a night watch out of robbery detail. My partner's Ben Romero. The boss is Thad Brown, chief of detectives. My name's Friday. We were on the way over from the city hall, and it was 6:55 p.m. when we got to the county hospital, Ward 9800, room 12.
This way, gentlemen. The third bed.
Thank you.
Here we are. Please try not to excite him, Sergeant. He's had a pretty hard time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Make your visit as brief as possible.
We will, thanks.
Mr. Maloney, how you feeling?
Not so good. You fellas doctors?
No, sir. Police officers. This is Sergeant Romero. My name's Friday. Robbery detail.
Oh. Find out anything yet?
Still checking, Mr. Maloney. We'd like to have you tell us exactly what happened night before last.
Well, she sure had me fooled. That's all I can say.
You're not the first one. 15 others ahead of you. Would you tell us what happened?
Well, I left the shop a little after midnight, and I started to drive home out Central Avenue.
You work at Maloney's Steakhouse down on South Commercial, isn't that right?
Yes, sir. My uncle owns the place. His name's J. Brown Maloney. He knows a lot of cops. You know him?
We met him this afternoon. Could you tell us what happened after you left work?
Well, I started to drive home out Central Avenue. I guess it must have been around 18th Street. Would you push it, Bill, up a little bit?
Yes, sir. I'll get it here. How's that?
Thanks. I pulled up for the arterial, and I saw this gal standing on the corner. She was hitchhiking.
Do you remember what she looked like, how she was dressed?
Well, you know, kind of flashy, but nice clothes. Good-looking dame. Tall, long blonde hair. Beautiful eyes.
And you're sure about the color of her hair?
Yeah, it was blonde.
And you offered her a ride?
I didn't think there was anything wrong in it. I'm a married man, you know. I didn't think there was anything wrong.
What happened then?
Well, she got in a car and we drove off. We talked a while and she pulled a gun on me. Told me to drive up an alley.
Where was that? Do you remember?
Around 32nd Street, 32nd and Central.
And then what?
She took my wallet, watch, car keys, everything I had.
Mm-hmm.
Then she made me get out of the car, lay down on the street. I felt her shove that gun again. Can you fix that pillow?
Yeah, you bet. Just lie still. There you are.
I felt her shove that gun against me, and then she pulled the trigger, I guess. That's all I remember.
You don't recall her slugging you?
Must have happened after she shot me. Her face looks pretty bad, huh?
You'll be all right, Mr. Maloney. You think you would recognize the girl if you saw her again?
I sure would. Nice looking, you know. Tall, blonde, beautiful shape. Doesn't figure, does it?
What's that?
She'd make more money on the stage than she would rolling guys like me. Must be crazy.
Maybe. Would you look at these mug shots, Mr. Maloney, and see if any of these look like her?
Let's see.
Here you are. This one?
No.
How about this one here?
No. Let's see. No.
All right. How about this one?
No, she was better looking.
Well, here's the last one.
I don't know. This might be her. The hair was fixed right. Maybe a little more makeup. I'm not sure.
All right, Mr. Maloney. Thank you.
We'll be back to see you in a day or so when you're feeling better.
Okay. Say, my name won't be in the papers, will it?
No, sir, not unless you give it to him.
I was just wondering, a wife might not understand giving a girl a ride, you know?
Yes, sir, we know.
Well, thank you, Mr. Maloney. We'll be checking back with you later on.
Okay, officers. I hope you get a line on that dame.
We're going to try. Goodbye.
Sure messed up, isn't it?
Yeah. That dame's got some other motive besides money.
Psycho. Some kind of a sadist, maybe.
Yeah.
Find out what you wanted, Sergeant.
Yes, we did. Thanks, nurse. What'd the doctor say about Maloney? Is he going to be all right?
Well, he had a severe beating, but he'll get over that all right. It's the bullet wound in the back.
He'll recover, won't he?
The bullet shattered part of the spinal cord. There was nothing the doctor could do.
Yeah?
Paraplegia. He'll never walk again.
We left the county hospital, went back to the office, and got out a local broadcast for the woman whose mugshot Maloney had partially identified. Her name was Beverly Allen. She had a record of 3 arrests and 1 conviction of 240 PC, assault and battery. After we checked in the office, we went across the street to the crime lab. Lee Jones had already examined the bullet taken from Maloney's spine and the cartridge casing found at the scene of the shooting. Both of them bore the same markings as those which had wounded the 2 previous victims. From the striations, the gun had been previously identified as a .45 Colt. Maloney's car was examined. We found nothing. We went back to the city hall and checked in at the stats office. It was 8:35 p.m.
Hi, Ethel. Make that run for us yet?
Just a minute, Sergeant.
How you coming, Ethel?
Fine here. Same old run. I'm back 7 years on this one.
Yeah, that's right. Did you get any more names?
A few. Let me check the list for you.
All right.
I wanted the names and DR numbers on Caucasian women. 5 feet to 5 feet 8, 115 to 130 pounds, 20 to 30 years, blonde or brunette, assault and battery, M.O. Hitchhikes, rides, and robs drivers, uses gun.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's what the machine turned out, 19 of them.
Good.
Here are the names. The DR numbers opposite each one.
Fine. Any new name?
A few more than the last time. Anything else for the night?
No, that's it for now. Thanks a lot, Ethel. Let's go. Bad start.
How's that?
17 of these names we checked and cleared already.
And the other 2?
Well, one's Catherine Collins. The other one's Beverly Allen. She might tie in.
We got nothing else to go on.
You want to get to the record bureau and pull the packages on these 2 names?
Yeah, okay.
I'll check robbery and see if we have any calls, huh?
All right, Joe.
Okay. Hi, Captain. Any calls for us?
Just one. Thad Brown wants to see you.
Oh, bad mood?
Kind of. Wants me, too. Let's go.
That
Fellow Maloney tell you anything?
Nothing that helped much. Same old story. No reports on that broadcast we put out for that Beverly Allen?
Not yet. No, you banking on it?
It's first lead in 16 nights.
Here we are.
Walker, Friday, come in.
How are you, boss?
Sit down.
Thank
Take
you.
a look.
Woman bandit gets 16th victim. Beautiful hold-up queen robs, shoots restaurant worker. Yeah?
It's on the editorial page, too. Something else. Memo from the chief. Here, letter from the Downtown Citizens Committee. Another one, Civic Club. They all want answers.
Men are doing all they can, Chief. We got 2 other teams besides Friday and Romero working the case. Special squad from Metropolitan Division. They're on it, too.
I don't care what we've done. We got to do more. 16 nights, 16 robberies, and 3 shootings. 3 victims still in the hospital. When did we blow the whistle on her?
We've checked out every possible lead, Chief. We got a warrant out on one suspect. We're checking out another one. Talked to that man Maloney, the one she got last night.
Well, what did he tell you?
Well, not much more than the other 15 that she took. Descriptions still don't match in one respect.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, in 10 of the 16 cases we've had reported, the victims tagged the girl hitchhiker as a blonde, long hair. 4 of them say she was a brunette with a short hairdo. 2 of them tell us that the girl had red hair, long.
She's using wigs. That's what we figured. Checked every place in town where she could have rented or bought them. No leads.
What about some of the bigger supply houses out of town?
We've started in checking them. It'll take a little time.
And you've got practically nothing on the woman.
Same gun, 45 Colt. Lee Jones examined the bullet they took out of Maloney's spine.
How's he doing?
Not good. The bullet smashed his spinal cord. His legs are paralyzed.
When do we stop her?
Yeah?
Romero?
Hi, Chief. Captain.
What have you got?
Pulled the packages on 2 possibles in this woman holdup thing. It's no good, Joe.
Why not? What about that Allen dame?
Jail in Kansas City? I called him. Been in for a month.
And the other one?
Catherine Collins. I checked Seattle. Been in the hospital up there for the past 3 months in TB ward.
Where does that leave you, Friday?
Right back where we started. No leads and no suspects.
All right, Walker. Starting tonight, we cover every street and alley in the central area until we get that woman. We'll order up more men and more detectives from the Metropolitan Division.
Right, Chief.
Get out more decoy cars. Have the area covered from sundown till sunrise until further notice. Get that woman.
Right. Come on, Joe. In.
Hot shot.
I get it.
A 211 and shooting at Gatewood and Cameron. A 211 shooting at Gatewood and Cameron.
Let's go. The name on his driver's license said William Gillespie. We found him 50 feet from the corner of Gatewood Alley and Cameron Street. His face and head bore the marks of a vicious beating. There was a single bullet wound in his left shoulder. He was conscious when we arrived. Chief of Detectives Brown, Captain Walker, and Ben checked the area for physical evidence. I spoke briefly with the victim before he was placed on a stretcher and carried to the ambulance. On the way, he lapsed into unconsciousness. I went over to where Ben was standing with Chief Brown and Captain Walker.
Take a look, Joe. Captain found over there near the lamppost.
Yeah.
45 shell casing, same as the others.
How's Gillespie, Friday?
Doc says he'll be all right. Badly beaten.
Tough dame. She really works him over.
Wonder what makes a woman do things like this.
What makes a man do it? William Gillespie was taken to Georgia Street Receiving Hospital. The shell casing, which we had found at the scene, was taken to Lee Jones at the crime lab for examination. It compared with the others. Jones confirmed that the markings on the bullet which had wounded Gillespie matched those on the bullet which had been taken from Maloney's back. Both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The Dragnet operation for the woman bandit went on. The men in the special detail covered every street and alley in the central area from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. the following morning. During the next 5 days, 11 suspects were picked up and brought in for questioning and then released after the victims failed to identify any of them.
Well, at least we got her stopped temporarily. She hasn't pulled a caper for almost a week.
Yeah, it doesn't bring us any closer to her. I don't know about you, but it's got me beat. 17 jobs, and she's as free today as she was before she started.
Joe, Ben, what'd you find?
Nothing. The last 4 women we questioned were clear.
What about the other men on the case, Ed? Did they get anything?
Baxter and Olson are down at the Record Bureau. Be in a minute. They've been out talking to some of the victims again. Tough one.
I've been thinking, how about a composite picture? We got enough to work with?
Artist in the crime lab's working up a couple of sketches now. A lot of guesswork.
What about the descriptions of the clothes the girl wears? Anything there we could start on?
No, other than the fact that she wears flashy clothes.
Hi, Olson.
Any luck?
Not much. None of the victims have a very good idea what the dame looked like. Tall, good-looking, nice figure, that's all.
Nothing out of the ordinary, huh?
Well, some of them said she had kind of an unusual voice. Soft, low. That's about all they could remember.
There's not much help.
She's been described in 3 different outfits, is that right?
Yeah, green dress with a pink coat, white dress, dark blue jacket, bright red sweater, and a brown skirt. Always carries a dark brown alligator handbag. Shoes to match. No hat.
Not much of a wardrobe, is it?
Maybe that's why she took up robbery.
Now, look, let's get on this thing. We've been chasing this woman for almost a month now, and she's still got the run of the town. How long's it going to take us?
If we only had a lead that was worth something.
Find it. It's there someplace. I've never reached a thief yet without digging for him.
Now I'll get it. Robbery, Olson. Yeah. Right, Andy. I'll tell him. Anderson and burglar Joe wants to see you and Ben.
Thanks. Captain?
That's all.
Come on, Ben.
Yeah.
I'd like a day off, wouldn't you? We'll get one when we get this dame.
Right, Ed.
This thing isn't doing much for the skipper.
It's not doing much for our time off either, is it?
That fire department's got the racket 24 hours on, 24 off.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they get 3 days off in a row.
That's what you keep telling me. Here we are.
Joe, Ben?
Andy, what do you got?
Checking back on a job out in Hollywood. Heard you were having troubles, came across this thing, thought it might help you out.
What's that, Ann?
One of the picture studios had a burglary about a month ago. The thief got in the wardrobe department, then next door into makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see. Here's some of the stuff taken. Dress, coat. Oh, here, you can read it.
Okay, thanks. Mm-hmm. Red sweater, brown skirt.
Hey, look down here, Joe.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Took 2 makeup kits and 4 wigs.
2 blondes, 1 redhead, 1 brunette. That's it.
Any leads on this job?
Not so far, no. Only got one thing to go on, a single footprint, size 9.
Pretty large size for a woman.
I didn't say it was a woman. The print was made by a man's shoe.
You are listening to Dragnet, authentic stories of your police force in action.
It's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima. It's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima.
Those words are echoing across the country. Yes, Fatima has more than doubled its sales because Fatima smokers are telling their friends it's wise to smoke extra mild Fatima.
And why?
Because Fatima contains the finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos superbly blended to make Fatima extra mild.
So, for a much different, much better flavor and aroma, smoke Fatima.
One of the most popular misconceptions of the working detective as offered by the fiction writers is the picture of a man with amazing talents for detecting evidence, analyzing human behavior and motives, and then, almost as if by magic, fitting all the pieces together to form the solution of the crime. The real-life picture is a little different. The working detective has a job. In a sense, it's a practical and down-to-earth job as baking bread or practicing law. It's his job to protect citizens and apprehend criminals, and it's a job he doesn't do alone. To assist him in collecting and analyzing evidence, he has the aid of the crime laboratory. To help him identify oddities in suspects or possible suspects, he has the Record Bureau, latent fingerprints, the statistician's office, the ballistics department. A battery of men and machines to aid him in reaching conclusions based on fact. Tuesday, October 9th, 9 p.m. For the past 8 hours, Thaxter and Olson from robbery and Ben and I had been requesting all of the 16 victims of the woman bandit. We asked them one question. Could their assailant possibly have been a man dressed as a woman? The majority didn't think so. Those that did weren't very sure. We followed the lead through. At 9:25 p.m., we checked in and headed down the hall for the stats office.
Do you think it was a man dressed as a woman?
I don't know.
1 male footprint, pretty slim odds.
Maybe the machines here can tell us.
Hello, Sergeant.
Back again, Ethel. Can you make a run for us tonight?
9:25. Sure, I think so.
Now, here's the dope right here.
You're going to try another angle, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see. Male Caucasians. About 5 feet 8 or 9, 130, 235 pounds, feminine features, size 9 shoe, impersonating women, robbery, and assault.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Arm, 45 automatic. M.O. Hitchhikes, rides, and robs drivers.
How soon do you think you can have it for us?
Well, you make the run on the collator. Have to punch up the master first with all this information and let the machine work the cards. I don't think I'll have it for you much before 11. That all right?
Fine, yes.
We'll check back a little before 11 then, huh?
They'll be ready.
Good. Come on, Ben. You call your wife after dinner?
Yeah. Wish I hadn't. She's mad as a hornet.
What's the matter?
Kid's having a birthday party tomorrow, and I forgot to order the cake.
What's she going to do for the party? Bake one?
She have to.
And she pulled this gun on me and told me to stop the car. Well, I'm telling you, Captain, I just grabbed that gun and slapped that kid just as hard as I could.
Hold it just a minute, will you, please, Collins? This man's name is Emil Collins. Mr. Collins is Sergeant Friday, Sergeant Romero.
Oh, yeah. How do you do?
Oh, yeah.
I was just telling the captain here, I'm down here on a vacation. I'm from Sacramento, South Sacramento. And I was driving down your Figueroa Street about half an hour ago. I picked up this girl hitching a ride, and she tried to rob me.
Collins took the gun away from her, subdued the girl, and brought her in.
Where is she now?
Interrogation room. Thaxter and Olson are with her.
The description match?
Not too close.
Sounds like you didn't have too much trouble with her, Mr. Collins.
Well, now that I come to think of it, maybe I didn't. When she pointed that gun, I just grabbed for it and slapped her as hard as I could. Sure took the starch out of her.
Who is the girl? Any identification?
None. Thaxter and Olson haven't been able to get anything out of her. You want to try?
Sure.
What do you think, Skipper?
You tell me. See if you can make her talk. I'll have a stenographer take Mr. Collins' report.
Okay. Glad to meet you, Mr. Collins.
That's a pleasure. I'm only down here for a vacation, but if you need me, just call.
You bet we will, thanks.
How do you figure that one?
I don't know. Let's see what the girl has to say. Olson?
Joe, I want to talk to you before you go in.
Sure.
Did you finally get her to talk?
Well, Thaxter did. Pretty sure she's not the one we're after.
What's her story?
Said she read about this woman bandit in the paper, decided to try her hand at it, needed money.
Yeah?
Claims her husband left her. She's pregnant, needs the dough for a hospital.
She live here?
Up the coast, Monterey. Got in town 4 days ago, staying at the YWCA. We checked there. She's not lying.
You call Monterey?
Yeah, they confirmed it. She left there last Wednesday night. She's not the one.
Where do we go from here?
You'll take care of having her booked, huh, Olson?
Yeah, as soon as we get a station.
Okay, fine.
Friday, Ben, this way. Hustle it. You too, Olson.
What do you got, Ed?
4th and Lucas, 211 shooting. Let's go.
Any detail?
Yeah. A tall blonde with a gun. Come on.
The woman bandit's 18th victim was a truck driver. His name, Harry Reese. His story differed a little from that of the first victim. The woman was hitchhiking near Alvarado and 3rd Street. He gave her a ride. She robbed him at gunpoint, slugged him, and then shot him through the left shoulder. He described her as tall, blonde, attractive, and well-dressed.
Guess I should have known better. Remember reading about the dame in the papers.
You're sure that the person who held you up was a woman?
I don't get you.
What he means is you don't think it could have been a man dressed like a woman.
Oh, no, I'm sure of that. No guy ever looked that good to me.
All right, Mr. Reese. We'll check with you later at the hospital.
Okay.
Let let's get through, will you? Just move side one side, please.
We keeping that truck cleared?
Yeah, Olson's got a couple of men watching it. He's going over it.
Same old story. Just another version.
Don't you think she's spreading it pretty thin? Her luck can't last forever.
It's got me beat, how she always manages to disappear without a trace.
Yeah. No, Ben, this way, over here.
Yeah, okay.
What do you got?
Better hustle it. 4 blocks down on coal factory shooting. Just came in on the car radio.
Let's go. Slide over, Joe.
Yeah. Okay, hit the sign, Ben.
Yeah.
The crowd watching.
Right, Skipper.
That all that came over, Ben, a shooting?
All they said, see the cab driver, ambulance shooting.
She's working real fast.
What's the address for now?
3rd and East Flower Hotel. Hold on. This is it coming up.
Should be to the right here. Yeah, take a right. That must be it up ahead. I can't see. What's that sign say?
Edgemar Hotel for young women.
Here's a cab driver.
Officer's right over here.
Hey, looks like blood stains to me here all over the sidewalk.
Yeah, I guess it couldn't have happened any more than 5 or 10 minutes ago. I had this fare. He picked her up at 4th and Bixel, and I drove her here. She paid the fare and got out.
Yeah, go on.
I was about halfway down the block when I heard a shot. At least it sounded like one. And when I looked back, this dame was down on one knee near the door to the hotel here, and by the time I backed up, she was gone.
And you noticed the blood, huh?
That's right, yeah. I figured I better call somebody.
Can you tell us what the girl looked like?
Oh, not bad at all. Blonde, tall, pretty girl, nervous.
But you didn't see where she went.
No, but I didn't.
I'll get the driver's name and address. Joe, you and Ben, see if you can follow that trail. Stuff's all over the place.
Right. Over this way, Ben.
Yeah. It's not hard to follow.
Down this alley between the buildings.
How does this figure?
Now, let's find out. Here we go. All the way back here. You got your flashlight?
Yeah. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, this way. Come on.
This must be the rear of the hotel.
Now, look. The stains lead over this way to the back door here.
Let me try.
Okay, inside.
Still follow it?
Yeah. Careful. Up these stairs.
Yeah. Second floor. What's the matter? Did you lose him?
No. Just a minute.
See anything?
Yeah. Stains lead on up the stairs here. Let's go.
I just happened to think. This is a woman's hotel.
And they ought to keep the back door closed. Come on. Third floor. Let's hold it.
What is it?
Thought I saw a door open down the hall.
See anybody?
No. Let's go. This way.
It's an easy trail to follow.
Now, this is it. They stop here at this door. That doesn't sound like a woman.
Yeah, you ready?
Now, try the door first. Easy.
It's locked.
All right, come on. Together now. Let's hit it.
Watch it, Joe!
All right, you.
I got the gun.
Yeah. Oh, we found what we came for. Look.
Still got the clothes on. Blonde wig, makeup, everything.
Please, help me. My leg. Call an ambulance.
It's on the way. Take it easy.
Have a look, Joe. The wigs, full makeup kit, clothes, living in a woman's hotel, the works.
It was an accident. You never would have got me. I dropped the gun. It went off. You never would have got me.
Yeah, that's right, mister.
It was an accident.
You better get the boss in here. I'll stay with Glamour Boy.
Yeah, okay.
And Ben.
Yeah?
Leave the door open, will you? House rules.
The story you have just heard was true. Only the names were changed to protect the innocent.
On January 14th, trial was held in Superior Court, Department 79, City and County of Los Angeles, State of California. In a moment, the results of that trial.
It's amazing how many long cigarette smokers are changing to Fatima. Here is the actual report.
From coast to coast, Fatima has more than doubled its smokers.
Yes, more and more smokers every day are discovering that Fatima is the best of all long cigarettes.
Smokers find Fatima has a much different, much better flavor and aroma than any other long cigarette.
They find that Fatima is extra mild because it's the long cigarette which contains the finest Turkish and domestic tobaccos superbly blended to make it extra mild.
Enjoy extra mild Fatima yourself. Best of all long cigarettes.
The welfare and security of your home and your family is a subject of national importance next week, National Crime Prevention Week. The efficiency of your local police department is dependent upon your attitude toward your police officer. Not just 1 week out of the year, but every day in the year. He wants your cooperation. He needs your cooperation for the enforcement of your laws. Help your officer to help you to live in a peaceful, orderly community. National Crime Prevention Week costs you nothing, just your cooperation.
James Harold Sutter, alias the Bandit Queen, was tried and convicted on several counts of assault with attempt to commit murder and robbery of the first degree. He was sentenced to the term prescribed by law. While serving his time in the state penitentiary, he was stabbed to death by another inmate. You have just heard Dragnet, a series of authentic cases from official files. Technical advice for Dragnet comes from the Office of Chief of Police W.A. Wharton, Los Angeles Police Department.
Fatima Cigarettes, the best of all long cigarettes, has brought you Dragnet from Los Angeles.
Hear Morton Downey tonight on NBC.
All right. That was a interesting episode. I hadn't listened to that. I had just listened to the very beginning of the episode before doing the live stream. Well, let me stop the screen sharing here first. Stop. Okay. Um, yeah, I hadn't heard the ending. So about after they started getting descriptions and they kept focusing on the color of this woman's hair, I thought, okay, it's going to be someone in a wig. And then when they kept having trouble pinning down something, that's when I started thinking, okay, this is a man dressed up like a woman. Uh, and it wasn't a spoiler. I posted there because I didn't know, but ended up being correct. Had anybody else heard that for the first time, and were you thinking similarly to me, or did you think there's going to be a different outcome? Um, while you're posting your comments in there, thanks to everyone who thanks to all the regulars that are here. It's great to see people coming stream after stream, and it's also fun to see new names pop up in the chat, knowing that our numbers are growing. Hopefully, you enjoyed today's stream. Again, we're here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, listening to one episode of Dragnet until we've listened to all 310 episodes currently available. And then I'm going to be doing I'm creating other types of content for this channel. But we also have 24/7 streams for Gunsmoke, Suspense, Inner Sanctum Mysteries, X minus one. Um, there's yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and a few others. So, yeah, I'm gonna touch on the double feature. So anyway, if you're interested in any of those, check out the channel. All those other streams are going, and there's just like this one. There's a chat on the side that you can interact with other fans of old time radio. Um, I had announced on Wednesday that I was going to be doing a double feature, or what I'm calling a double feature, which is playing the radio episode, um, and then the TV adaptation. Because in the case of Dragnet, they had a lot of these radio scripts were reused for their um, for the first couple seasons of television or more. I don't know how often they reuse scripts, but I'm finding one. The one I watched on Wednesday as I was trying to do a prep for it was the TV adaptation of the attempted city hall bombing episode, which we've already listened to on this one. That is, I'm trying to go back and see. So we listened to episode 35 today. Um, the attempted city hall bombing, if you go back, it is episode 7. So one of the very early episodes they reused as the first script. Joshua always coming in clutch with the puns. So that episode was a blast. Uh, but but yeah, it was interesting. So anyway, going back to that, I said we're going to do that tonight. I'm actually going to do something slightly different. Well, one, it's not going to be tonight. It's going to be tomorrow night because my kids have a music recital, which is cool. And then it's going to throw off the time because I see in the analytics, most everyone's tuning in about 6 p.m. Pacific. That's when I have the most viewers on the channel. So because I want, to see how many people we can get on this live, um, I'm going to, I'm going to do it tomorrow. So Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific. So 9. Hopefully that's not too late for those on the East Coast. Um, but instead of doing a double feature, I still plan to do that, but I watched them back to back. There's some cool things there that I wanna draw people's attention to, but I wanna do it in a more produced video. So I'll cut it together as a full video, and then we'll do it as a YouTube premiere. So, um, instead of just uploading a video and having the conversation in the comments, I like when we're watching it together live and getting the live feedback. So I will produce the video, and then we'll set a date for it to go live. And then during the premiere, you have the live interaction. But then at the end, it's just like a regular YouTube video that people can go back and watch. So that'll come next week because it's going to be a bit more work than what I was originally thinking. But so tomorrow night, I'm thinking we just do like, I've seen other channels do like a old time radio trivia night, or just like movie trivia nights, the Late Late Horror Show being the prime example of that. I know he does that sort of content. Um, I'm thinking about doing something similar or watching a movie together. Again, Late Late Horror Show does that as well, but it's more like horror content, which is not my cup of tea or not my focus. But I'm thinking about maybe doing like streaming one of the old movie adaptations or something, like Dragnet or The Shadow or even like The Green Hornet. But if anybody has suggestions for tools that allow you to watch movies at the same time, people have mentioned Discord, but my concern there is if I'm streaming Netflix on Discord, I think that's in breach of their it's like I'm paying for the thing and broadcasting it out, so I don't think that complies with the terms. So I I know that oh, Roscoe says he walked by night. I That's a great one. Is that is that up on Netflix or something? Because I would love to watch that show. The other one is the Dragnet movie with Dan Aykroyd and Tom Hanks, which I think is supposed to be more of a comedy than something else. Um, but still, I haven't watched it yet. I'd be interested to watch it. So I'm gonna be trying to find a. We're doing something on Saturday at 6, so you'll see it posted. But I need to lock it down. It's either gonna be something together, like watching it together, but I need to test some tools, and it's gonna have to be um, in a way that's legitimate. Like I know there's a tool that lets if we all have Netflix, for example, and the movie's on Netflix, there's just a browser plugin that lets you sync the play state, but then also has chat on the side. So we're all streaming from our own accounts, but the chat is connected. So there's that. Or if it's public domain, which I don't think any of these are, like some of these movies we're talking about, then we could just stream it off YouTube. But or we'll do just like I'm thinking probably what's most likely for tomorrow, just because it takes less prep time, is some sort of game set up. Like we got this, check this out. It doesn't have to be old time radio specific, but I'm just enjoying, hanging out with everybody and learning about people's interests and things. So there's different ways to play like online Pictionary, code names if you've ever played that game. There's a Jeopardy right here. I could try and get one that's either old time radio specific or also more broadly, just like uh, you know, retro trivia or vintage trivia or classic trivia, however we want to do it. Um, but anyway, we'll experiment with some stuff. Check it out, and then the double feature is coming. I just need to produce the video, and we'll do it next week sometime. So stay tuned. I'm going to use what I think would be interesting is to do it also in chronological order. So the very first episode of that Dragnet TV show was a reused radio script. So I'll make a video on that one. And if people like that type of content, we'll keep doing more, but I'll probably do it chronologically. So you see the first reused radio script and then the second reused radio script and the third, and we'll build like a catalog of those as well so that people can can watch in the order that they were originally broadcast, because that's tends to be the way I like to do things. Flying Ryan says Clue, as terms I think that you mean like an online game together. That would kind of be interesting. Is that I wonder though if that caps out at the same number of players um that you have in the regular game, which may be like 7 people. But if there's any ideas like that, or like online games you can play together as a group, please either leave them in the comment here, but since we're about to end the stream, post them in the comments below this video on the replay. I'm open to ideas, and we'll just have some fun tomorrow night, and maybe if people like it, we will keep doing more stuff. Or here's this other one. There's this idea that's been brought up on several live streams. If people are great writers, we got to start working on the old time radio connected universe, uh, and bring all of our favorite characters together in connected stories. And then maybe we'll sell it to Disney for billions of dollars, and we can all retire or take that money and start building out the Dragnet Cafe, which is what we've talked about. a Dragnet themed place where all you get are donuts, black coffee, and whatever else Joe Friday eats in these shows. He Walked by Night is on YouTube. Just checked. So that's also a potential option. I'll actually post I'll post a poll right after this. Tomorrow night we're either watching He Walked by Night, which is, I've been told by Life with Roscoe and others, it is a great it's a great film, and it also inspired the creation of this TV show or this radio show, so Dragnet. We'll either watch that or do some online games as a group. So look out for a poll. I'll post it, and I will abide by the results of this poll. So it'll be a short-lived thing, so we can get the input before tomorrow night. But stay tuned tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific. I hope to see you here. We'll hang out again. Thank you all for being here. If you just want the radio shows and you just want to know when the next Dragnet episode is going to be, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. So if you're busy tomorrow night, I still hope to see you at 9 a.m. Oh, Life with Roscoe says, can we do both? Man, this is why I ask questions and love getting feedback from the community. Maybe we'll play a round or two of some games and then end with a movie. So the games can be kind of fillers. People stroll in, and then we'll watch a movie together. That sounds great. There's a free app that allows for viewing parties from lots of sites, and if I freaking remember the name, I'll tell you. Thank you. Yes, please do. Great. Well, thank you all for being here. I've never really had like an online friend group, I like to connect in person, but online friends are great. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. So thank you for being my online friends. Maybe at some point as our numbers grow, we will find a way to take this offline and have a meetup of sorts. Oh, news of the day. Thank you, Life with Roscoe. Man, people keeping me on track. So going back up, I forgot about the historical context for these things. So the episode we just listened to was originally broadcast Thursday, February 9th, 1950. And the week that took place, or the week before this episode was aired, the nuclear physicist Klaus Fuchs was arrested on spying charges. If you've seen the movie Oppenheimer, which I haven't yet seen, there's an actor in there who's portraying Klaus Fuchs. I don't know how prominent he is in the movie because I haven't seen it. But yeah, he was working on the Manhattan Project, helping build the atomic bomb, and was leaking a lot of the secrets to the Soviets. So he was arrested the week this aired. The actress Morgan Fairchild was born in Dallas, Texas, the same day. February 5th, Terry Beasley, the American College Football Hall of Fame wide receiver, was born in Montgomery, Alabama. I drop a lot of football here, and I know we have friends from the UK here, so whenever I say football, I'm saying American football. It's awesome. I love it. So we get a lot of football trivia on this historical context. February 6th, American Grammy Award-winning pop vocalist. Oh, dang it. It didn't catch her name. It's Natalie Cole. So let me go back. I think it's just Natalie Cole. Is it or it's Natalie King Cole, because her dad's Nat King Cole. But anyway, she was born in Los Angeles, California. She sang her most popular song being This Will Be, which is a great song. February 7th, the United States formally recognized the state of Vietnam as the legitimate government of Vietnam. And February 9th, Senator Joseph McCarthy claims the State Department is infested with 205 communists. So lots of concerns about communism during this period. And then Dragnet's happening. So it's always interesting to me to know kind of what's happening in the world as these things as these things take place. Let's see. I'm catching up on comments. News of the day. Oppenheimer's great movie. I typically love a lot of Christopher Nolan stuff. Um, really only started tracking him after Batman Begins came out, which um, randomly I remember distinctly when the Batman Begins trailer landed, and I was I was young, so I, b- up until then I thought Batman Forever was the best Batman movie, and Val Kilmer was the best Batman, even better than Michael Keaton. Um, and definitely better than George Clooney, hands down. But I thought Batman Forever was great. And if you go back and watch that movie, it's the director. I, I I know who he is. I just his name escapes me right now. He's known for like very colorful, kind of over the top movies. Who is that actor? Give me 1 second. IMDb. If someone knows, post it. If you can beat me to the search. Batman Forever. Who's the guy? Joel Schumacher. Okay, so Joel Schumacher uh, is known for just kind of like very colorful movies. He did Batman Forever and also Batman and Robin, the follow up to it, which totally bombed, and they took a break from the whole series for a while because it bombed so bad. Um, I actually heard so that's when George Clooney was okay, man. I just saw Thomas's comment. I'm a better Batman than George Clooney. Yes, anybody can be a better Batman. That's a good one. That made me laugh. That movie was horrible. Don't ever watch it. Batman and Robin. Um. Uh. Oh, Hero, the app. Sorry, guys. I'm like a squirrel. I see the comments come in and I get knocked off track. But so anyway, Joel Schumacher did Batman Forever. He also did Batman and Robin. It bombed. It has a 3.8 on Batman and Robin. But anyway, so then Christopher Nolan drops the Batman Begins trailer, and it looked so boring to me because I was used to like this very colorful Gotham City and this over the top characters. And then Christopher Nolan does this very like true to life or as believable as it can be that Batman exists in real life. And the if you go back and look at the original trailer, it's like very brown, just like all kind of similar colors. And and then the music, like I love cinema, I love movie scores, but that one there are some great songs on that score, but it doesn't have the same like Danny Elfman soundtrack where there's like a tune you can hum. Now people have just gotten used to like the two-note score that Hans Zimmer created, where it's just like two notes to represent Batman. And I do think it's great. And then throughout the movie, they have other songs that are awesome. But but yeah, anyway, I saw that and I thought, man, this is dumb. This movie, the Batmobile doesn't is just a tank. It's kind of boring. And so anyway, over time it grew on me. I watched the movie, I loved it, but based on the trailer, I did not have high expectations. And then The Dark Knight was great. The last one, forget the dark. It's not The Dark Knight. What's the last of his trilogy? It wasn't the strongest finish in my opinion, but those are great movies. I love them. That was a huge tangent. I don't even remember what got us started on that, but movies. Okay, so Hero and Rave. I'm gonna check those out. Rises, Dark Knight Rises. Thank you, Joshua. Um, but yeah, if you're a Batman fan, leave a comment after this live stream ends. Tell me what your favorite Batman, who your favorite Batman is, regardless of the movie, and then your favorite Batman movie. And if you're not a Batman fan, I'm sorry for you, but that's okay. We can still be friends. Tell me then what your favorite superhero movie is. And if you're not a fan of the superhero genre, then just drop your favorite movie in there. I'm down for some recommendations. Thank you, Addie, for this information. I'm going to go check out these two sites and then we'll watch a movie. Life with Roscoe, if you could post I mean, I guess I could look it up as well, but if you already found the link to the YouTube video for He Walks by Night, if you could post it, down there. It'd be great. Cool. Anyway, it's been almost an hour right now. It's great. Appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you all very much for the support of the channel and these live streams. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow night. Have a good one.